Comedy Company this weekend. He's the $20 chef,
Whoa.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Shaun
me.
Latham.
Thank you very much for having me on your show there, Eddie.
Thank you, Shaun. Appreciate it, man. Shaun,
I thought you were going to move into the big seat when Thor took off to get this huge honor.
Right.
And they didn't want you over there.
I'm not a Hall of Famer. You know, I don't deserve to be over there.
Good point.
Yeah, when we hired help out. We went over to Home Depot, got Dario.
Okay.
He's gonna handle it today. So.
Hola.
Yeah.
¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, he's legit from Mexico.
Well,
I'm not kidding.
Well, I heard
He was there yesterday.
I heard you're in consideration for Hall of Fame of your junior high school. So
That would be,
pretty
you know
pumped
what? That would be nice. South Valley Junior High. I was a big time guy there.
Were you?
Not so much in high school. I was kind of fell out after that, but
You're
that was
behind
my
the
time.
scenes guy.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at you now, though, Eddie.
What's up, man? What's
How
up?
do you like me now?
Exactly.
High school, your boys will be on Rock 105.3.
That's what's up, Shaun?
San Diego's rock
He
station.
gets it.
Wow.
Shaun gets it.
Wow,
I'm from a
Shaun.
small town up north, Gilroy, California. There's like 10 people.
Yeah, a lot of garlic up there.
That's what's up.
Oh, I didn't know
I love Shaun. I love
I'm
Shaun.
from California.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
I cook a lot.
Yeah, he's a chef. He's a $20 chef.
I'm a bootleg chef, guys.
A bootlegger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not a trained chef.
No.
Right?
I'm
This is just something you started doing on YouTube, or what's the
No,
deal?
I was doing it on my Snapchat a couple
okay.
years ago. I was just always cooking. You know, when you're a broke comedian, you can't be eating out all the time.
Yeah.
So I just started cooking at home a lot, and then I would do it on my Snapchat, and I'd just be having fun on there, and everybody would always say they liked it a lot. And then when I worked with Pat McAfee in Indianapolis,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Well, I'm starting my own office with Barstool Sports, and if I bring you on, what would you want to do?" So I said, "Well, I do this fun stuff on Snapchat where I cook. I could try a cooking show." And then it just went from there.
And it just blew up.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. And so, are you doing complicated recipes? I mean, if it's $20, then I gotta imagine it's pretty easy stuff. But I mean, what kind of stuff do you like to cook?
Yeah, like what's the best $20 recipe out there?
Well, it's a little bit harder in New York now because chicken's like $19 a pound.
Oh, so you're done.
So I literally have to sometimes I have a buddy who owns a small grocery store in Indianapolis. I have to call him to get what's the real price for chicken right now?
Oh, okay.
No, you know what? I've done like about 140 episodes or so.
Wow.
So, for the first ton of the beginning was all right at the budget. We always talk about respect the budget and just small jokes like that. But I'm trying to also graduate some people. Like there's also you become a big boy sometimes, and you can afford more than $20. And you can invite people over and make food for them.
Yeah.
Like $30? Like, what are we talking? You get crazy?
Yeah, you can get crazy with $30. A lot of it I'm always pushing to show dudes how to cook for their lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
that's awesome.
we're in a very swipe right, very lazy style of dating, and
Very
no one
true.
shows effort anymore.
Right?
If they don't reply back to your DM, then they should have liked me. There's nobody has a spine anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of dudes out there complain about not being able to get girls. Well, why don't you put in some effort?
Thank you.
My last episode was like a birthday. It was my girlfriend's birthday recently, and so I did an episode called my boo boo's birthday brunch.
Oh, come
Oh, I
on.
love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it
I mean,
already.
a charcuterie board or a board with fruit and like hummus, it's so cheap.
Yeah.
A carrot, you get a couple of cucumbers, a thing of berries, a little thing of hummus,
You're done.
and I mean that's a great appetizer.
And some
to kick it
champagne,
off.
and that's
yeah,
all we
of
need.
course.
Oh, Emily is so turned on right
Oh
now.
my god, I
And
haven't
yeah,
like
it's
that.
a
Tell
$4.
me more.
Champagne.
Did you say
and
hummus? Say hummus again.
Yeah, red pepper hummus.
Wow.
Little garlic, red pepper in there.
Love it.
I'd like to buy a little naan bread
Ooh.
at Whole Foods.
Yum.
Throw that in the oven. Oh man,
Stop
forget about it.
Stop it.
So good.
So it's not that hard.
No, it's all about the effort. It's not
Yes.
about the money.
Thank
The
you.
$20-$30. It's not really a big deal compared to what what you're going to do that no one else is going to do.
Now, I thought the same thing. But Emily's man, Robert, he tried to cook for her last Mother's Day.
Oh.
And, he's, again, putting in the effort.
Yep.
The guy's cooking up some wonderful bacon and eggs.
into it.
I mean, listen, he put the effort in. The result didn't turn out so well.
It's all right.
But I thought it was the
the
effort. And she shamed him publicly.
I don't know if he was really trying so hard.
What do you mean?
I mean, he burnt the bacon.
Yeah.
The eggs everything was burnt. and
Everything
he
was in the same
laughing
pot.
About it.
Well, everything was
So
in
he
the same
wasn't-
pot.
Yeah, everything was in the same pot. He put a slice of American cheese on top of my eggs, which is disgusting.
That's a little Waffle House of it.
That's so true.
But I thought it was the effort that counted. No?
I don't know if he really gave it the old college try.
No.
I wouldn't really say that.
So you should
But-
watch Sean's videos.
He was trying to skate
100%.
by. Yeah, tell him to get on a $20
Yeah,
chef.
just trying to
action.
skate by. That's exactly what it was.
But yeah, I guess if he's laughing also, that's pretty hilarious.
Well, I mean, you tried. He's not a chef.
Just about getting reps in the kitchen. He's gonna
That's
get those reps
it.
in. to work on.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I cook all the time. I cook at least 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh,
for
wow.
myself and for my show. Depending how many times we film, what guests are on. It's just really fun what you can get away with for $20.
That's crazy,
That's
man.
so awesome.
That's awesome.
And especially if you invite people and then they're all on the term of, all right, well, everybody's going to put in $20 on this. So now if we have 5 people come over, we have $100 for a spread. And you can do some serious damage.
Right?
I
That's a
can't
great
wait to
idea.
watch all your
Yeah,
stuff.
that's good stuff, man. Sean's performing at the American Comedy Company tonight, tomorrow night. You definitely got to go check him out. Sean, you got to tell me this story because I sort of saw this online, and now I'm like, this is the most crazy thing I've ever seen. You were in a boxing match.
Yeah.
And you fought against who? Another comedian?
Yeah, well, I fought twice. Barstool Sports also owns this company called Rough and Rowdy, which is amateur fight. Basically just a schoolyard fight with gloves on and with 100,000 people watching.
Oh my gosh.
It's a pay-per-view event. And it's
Yeah.
also very live at the actual event. So I just recently fought in February against this hack comedian in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
He was running. He was trolling a really nice kid in our office.
Okay.
And I didn't like it, and I saw it, so I just went in on him. And then I was like, well, if you're such a big shot, why don't you just fight me at Rough and Rowdy? And then you got to train really hard, because I have trained for a couple of years. In Indianapolis, I had a really good opportunity. I trained with Matt Mitrione, and I trained with Chris Lytle.
Oh, wow. These
But-
are UFC guys, Bellator guys, and huge MMA fighters.
Yeah, and a bunch of other guys that were just absolute savages that I was like a 2-year-old around.
So
I
you
trained
had
them for 2 years.
You had a little bit of experience in going in.
Yeah, but I never had fought, only sparred a lot.
Okay.
Oh.
And then I fought a year ago, lost a split decision. We had a great fight, me and a guy in my office who was one of my best friends now.
Okay.
And then I fought this kid again. I knocked him out in 20 seconds.
20
Oh,
seconds.
damn.
Oh, you want to see the clip?
I did. I watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I heard he didn't do.
The guy didn't look like he was in the best of shape.
Well, he was a thicker dude. He was definitely more stocky than me, but I had him by about 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah.
He was 5'7".
What I loved about the punch is that he sort of was just wailing, and then Sean just came up and just obliterated him.
Yeah,
that was one punch knockout.
It's one of those where you just
Yeah.
like square up and just go boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice because of the training. Like, you don't
was
expect
nice.
the training to come together. The first fight, the adrenaline rush, and you just forget everything went out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so confident on that first fight, and then I just realized that that's just a real quick one. So
That's
only
the
20
clip.
seconds.
Yeah,
20
yeah.
seconds clip, but
Yeah.
Here we
but
go.
I realized that
Like the introduction lasted longer.
yeah, it was nice. And,
Wow.
I realized that and all my fighter buddies told me after the first fight that this is what happens. You forget everything.
Yeah.
So the second time it was a lot better because you've been there. That one fight helped so much, and I just stayed calm and I had really good training. I trained for like 6 weeks every day, 5-6 days a week.
And did this guy train at all? Do you know?
He acted like he did it the whole time. Like he was acting like he was going to surprise me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got me. So like the day
He was
before.
surprised when he woke up.
Yeah, one of his last posts was when everybody thinks you haven't been training, but you have been. It was
Ooh.
him and his trainer.
You mystery.
Wow.
It was great.
Yeah, I was like,
Gotcha.
tell your trainer, bro, you need to step it up.
Yeah.
You still asleep. I mean, it was full on arms overhead. It was
Yes.
a really great feeling.
I guess now did that get anything going in you? Like, do
Yeah.
you want to do more of this?
I would, but I'm also 40, and it's also a lot of pains you don't see.
Yeah.
Wrist and hand pain.
Yeah.
The money's good, and if it's whoever they put me to fight, that's another thing. It's one of these things. Barstool Sports is just a maniac company.
Yeah.
So I have the best job of any comedian. I don't know how every comedian is not trying to get a job at this place.
Oh, really?
I have full creative control. No one tells me what to do. I get a salary. I get to cook. They get me awesome guests. I had Chris Jericho recently.
Whoa,
Wow.
Mikey J.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I'm getting. It's just an amazing situation. And then they're like, oh yeah, also if you feel like fighting, we'll put a $10,000 purse up for it. They'll pay for
Okay.
training. I'm just like, I'm in.
Yeah, right?
There's just so many random opportunities at this place.
Great, man.
Cool.
Awesome.
Is there any other comedian out there that you would want to fight if you could?
There's a couple of them from the past I wouldn't mind knocking out, but I don't want to bring up old beefs.
Okay.
My life's going too smooth to be rummaging through my past,
Makes sense.
past enemy list.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if it comes up though, you're not shying away from
I'm
it.
100% certain they wouldn't do it.
Oh, really?
No, there's no way.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Well, this is fun, man. Go check out Sean. He's performing at the American Comedy Company this weekend, tonight, tomorrow night. Sean, it was fun having you in here,
Thanks, man. That club is so awesome.
Oh, it's the
Please
best.
come out and hang out with us. We had a great show last night. It was so much fun.
That's great, dude.
Thanks for having me on your guys'
Yeah,
show.
absolutely,
Yeah.
no doubt. The Padres often